How's it going? And thank you very much for joining this week's Kickoff Labs live marketing chats. My name is Izzy Palmerin. I'm a technical marketing pro here at Kickoff Labs. I'll explain in just a minute what that really means. But thanks for joining us once again. Let me go ahead and tell everybody in the chat that we're now live. So I'm going to give it about a minute or so, well, actually just a few minutes, just to let people sign into the chat and actually give a few more minutes to allow a few more people to jump into the actual live event itself. So today's live event, we're actually going to be doing a getting started. So let me go ahead and switch over the same window that you guys are probably on. So today we are doing a getting started live training. This is going to be a short live training because it's almost Christmas time. So it's going to be a short live training focused on best practices for using Kickoff Labs. So ultimately, what that means is that me, Izzy, here from KickoffLabs.com, I will be creating a brand new campaign from scratch. You guys can actually just follow along. And if you do have any specific questions regarding your own business or regarding setting up your own campaigns, please feel free and leave those questions in the chat. And just so you know that we are 100% live. Today is Thursday, December 22nd. I'm currently on Central Time, so it's 1 p.m. for me. If you're on Pacific Time, it's 11 a.m. So thanks again for joining. So we're going to be taking a quick look at how to build a campaign with Kickoff Labs. So you probably know what Kickoff Labs is, because this is probably promoted to mostly like people that are new account holders. So I won't get into all that content as to what we do and what we're good for. I guess I just want to make it 100% clear to everybody in the chat that Kickoff Labs, yes, we do landing pages, we do opt-in forms to do like lead capture, to do lead generation, to build your email marketing list. But the real secret sauce and the real magic from Kickoff Labs comes from our viral thank you pages. So just in case you haven't seen our thank you pages, I'm going to show you just a quick example of roughly what some of the really cool stuff that you could do with Kickoff Labs, because landing pages and opt-in forms, I mean, they're roughly all the same. All it is somewhere where you signed up, where you sign up on, and then it'll send you somewhere else. But these thank you pages are really going to help you just provide different types of experiences for your customers. So you can either do some kind of reward levels where people can see how many referrals they've gotten and achieve certain goals. For maybe after 2 referrals, they can get a discount code, maybe 10% off. After 5 referrals, they could get a free t-shirt. It could be any kind of thing like that. So we do have several of those kind of like reward levels, different looks, different layouts too. There is a basic thank you too. This is really gonna help you do just like a viral basic thank you. Maybe you don't want to do those reward levels. You don't want to do a wait list, which you can also do. We have those kind of basic thanks, but I do invite you to actually take a look at the thank you pages, because that's where you're going to get the most bang from your buck. This is where people are going to start referring additional people to your campaign. So I will talk a little bit more about thank you pages in just a bit. And the next thing I'll mention really quick before I actually jump into the actual campaign building is to site. So go to and get some really great inspiration by going to customers. And then you scroll down to where it says, well, not scroll, but just hover down, mouse down to where it says Customer Showcase. I'll go ahead and click on this Showcase page. So these are actual customer case studies from people, from businesses using Kickoff Labs to build their email list. Some really, really good examples in here that I really highly recommend that you take a look at would be probably the Glowforge one. The Saha is a really good one. Possibly like any of the top 3 rows are going to be really good, but ones that are a little bit more detailed are going to be the Glowforge and the Solo Eyewear ones. So this is going to provide you with with some stats on what their campaign looked like, but really it's going to show you what their overall campaign flow, how it was actually set up, and it comes along with some really great best practices as to how you should kind of just jump into building your campaign, what you should strive to do, and if you kind of follow along these like best practices, you're bound to get some really good results. So highly recommended to take a look at those case studies, which, as I mentioned, they're located at kickofflabs.com/showcase, or you could just go to customers and then where it says customer showcase. Okay, so now that I've talked a little bit about the actual, what some past customers have done with Kickoff Labs, I really didn't highlight what they've done, but if you really want to check it out, let's go ahead and check it out really quick. So we had a customer that they seeded the biggest 30-day crowdfunding campaign ever. I think they made something like 28 million bucks. Comfortable Boxers, these guys did really well. They actually collected 35,000 emails in only 2 weeks, and that was actually doing like running that kind of contest campaign with the referral levels. Let's see if we have an example of their page here. So yeah, this is their example page here with their referral levels, and this went extremely viral. So fingers crossed, and your campaigns will go viral too. But now that I've talked about what some other customers have actually gotten, like what kind of results they've gotten, I'm gonna actually just go ahead and jump into building my own campaign with Kickoff Labs. Okay, so I am in the chat, and let me go and tell you guys in the chat. Please go ahead and leave any specific questions here in the chat. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and start going through the actual tour. But as I mentioned, if you do have any specific questions, even if they're specific to your campaign, feel free and ask them here in the chat. I mean, it is a very small audience turnout, which is okay. I mean, it is December 22nd. I didn't expect too many people to jump on so close to the holidays, but glad to have you with us. And I'm happy to answer any specific questions. Once again, my name is Izzy. I do technical marketing here at Kickoff Labs. So what does that technical marketing means? It means that I will provide best practices for marketing, and I can help you with any kind of technical help too, as far as like bugs that you might find, or just any kind of really technical questions. That's no problem. I can help you out with that. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and run through building my own campaign. So the first time you log in, you're going to be prompted to create a brand new campaign. However, if you already have some campaigns created, I have a whole bunch, you can just go to the add new campaign button. And this will actually put you through the actual setup of our campaign. You know what? You're going to have to give me a quick second because I was expecting an important package at my door and I had to sign for it. So I will be 30 seconds. I promise. I'll be 30 seconds and I'll be right back. Whoa, I do sincerely apologize for that, but I appreciate your patience. I had to step away from the computer for a quick sec. Alrighty, so jumping back into the campaign building. So when you do, when you add a brand new campaign, you'll first be asked to name this campaign. I could just name it any campaign, so I'll just name it my test campaign. You can change this name later. I'll show you how to in just a bit. So it doesn't really matter. If in case you wanted to create a brand new like empty campaign, you do have that option here. But I want to go through the entire campaign building process where this campaign builder is actually going to build out the landing page and the thank you page for me. So the next step is Kickoff Labs asks me how I want to collect leads. I can do so using a Kickoff Labs landing page, or I can install one of our various lead generation forms on your website. And just in case you had your own existing website with a form already on it, you can actually connect that to Kickoff Labs by dropping a simple JavaScript code onto that page. And that will let you redirect leads collected on literally just about any other landing page. They will be redirected to a viral Kickoff Labs thank you page, like those thank you pages that I mentioned that have those reward levels, or you could do all kinds of stuff. So you don't necessarily have to use a Kickoff Labs landing page or a Kickoff Labs form. So lots of times we get a lot of customers that actually want to use their own designs, or they don't like our builder, or they already had some kind of existing website. This is the way to go. Use my own existing forms, and that will generate you a small snippet of code that you place onto your site. And as I mentioned, it'll connect your forms to KickoffLabs. In this case, I don't have an existing site, so I'm just going to use one of KickoffLabs really well-built landing pages. We honestly have I think some 60 something landing page templates that are extremely well built. They're optimized for for KickoffLabs, and obviously they are mobile optimized too. So they look good and work great across all devices: desktop, mobile, tablets. So I can just check out all the themes that I have here. I can actually create a brand new theme from scratch, where I could drag and drop it just to get my own perfect theme. I can click the View All Themes button, and this will just open up all the themes that we have. But in this case, I'm going to choose one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones is the Harry Signs Up. It's a really simple theme, and this one can actually be customized too, because it is a drag and drop theme. So it's very easy to actually grab that template and customize it just a bit, and maybe add in a couple sections. I'll show you how to do that too. Alrighty, so once I do select that theme, it'll scroll all the way down and it asks me if I want to add an exit intent widget. So the exit intent widget, those are those pop-ups that will show a form, that will pop up a form over your site or over your page, just in case a person mouses towards closing the actual browser tab. So you've probably seen those around. Generally, we do recommend that, especially for a landing page or some kind of contest campaign, because in most cases, people are not going to be returning to the campaign. So this is going to be your second opportunity to get them to convert for that campaign, just in case the landing page, or the copy on the landing page, to be more precise, doesn't convince them. You would get that exit intent to have that second opportunity. So highly recommended, and I'll show you how to optimize that in just a bit too. So I'll go ahead and add that exit intent. And this is where it's asking me, all right, now choose my thank you page. This is where I kind of have to think about, all right, so what kind of experience do I want to provide for my users? Is it a reward level? Is it some kind of wait list where I'm showing people how many people are in line ahead of them? Or is it some kind of leaderboard where people can compete to top this actual leaderboard? There's several things. Or maybe I might be offering some kind of PDF or an ebook where I want people to actually download their reward. This is actually a great way to do it with the download your reward. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and create one of my favorite ones. It's the Harry's Goes Viral Thanks. It actually goes hand in hand with the Harry Signs Up. So I'll go ahead and click that page, and I'll just click Create Campaign. So once I click Create Campaign, it goes through the campaign setup for me, and it actually builds that campaign for me. So I already have a landing page installed on my campaign with an exit intent installed onto the landing page, and this is the thank you page that would be redirected after people sign up. So I can actually test and preview this link at any time. So it's already live. I can actually sign up and test it out. I probably wouldn't want to launch it like this because it obviously hasn't been customized yet. This is still the default copy. There's no custom images, nothing like that. But I can test it out and see if it works. And effectively, yes, it does. Actually, it works, and I can already see that that it redirects me to the thank you page. So obviously, I want to jump in and start customizing the actual campaign itself. And let me go and share this URL with you guys just so you can actually see, okay, we can actually test the campaign. And we have a guest, 5527, asking if there are any tips for marketing a landing page and how to get organic emails. Basically, how to market a landing page to get organic emails. Yes, most definitely. I'll talk about some really good tips as far as marketing landing pages. So that's actually, those are the kind of questions that I was looking forward to, just a little bit more specific. And I mean, because I could go through the application and show you how I build a campaign, but those kind of, those kind of questions, really, really great questions. So I'll answer that in just a moment. Let me go and just show you really quick that once I go to my dashboard, I can see that the landing page is already built, the thank you page is already built too, and this exit intent is already on the page as well. So obviously the next thing that I want to do is start customizing the actual look of the pages. And I'll talk about promoting pages in just a sec too. So I'll click on the edit landing page button, and that will bring me into our new drag and drop designer. And as I mentioned, even though this is a landing page template, I chose our Harry's Goes Viral landing page template. It is still fully customizable in that I can still add content. There's a nice plus button here where I can look through content sections and add actual content blocks too. And actually, I can filter this if I wanted to. Let's say I'm looking for some kind of testimonial section. I might want to do that as it will be quotes. So I'm going to add a testimonial section below the little box here. So just so people can actually see that there's some testimonials, so I'll just click and I'll drag it directly onto the page. And there we go. And we can actually see that now I have my testimonial section. I might want to put that privacy policy a little bit further down the page, but it's really easy just to jump in and start adding additional sections to your page. You saw I just clicked it, selected the content, and dragged it onto the page. So super easy to do. And to actually customize, like let's say I wanted to customize the actual text of the page, I need to highlight the actual section or just click into the actual section, and then a format editor will appear where I can start customizing the actual look of it. Let's say I can say my amazing business. Amazing business is coming. So that's a little bit off, but what can I do? Oops, my spotlight opened up there. So what can I do there? I can start customizing the headline look, the paragraph. Let's say I wanted to customize like the actual font. The way that I recommend to actually do that is to actually go to the page design, and I can change and update the actual font styles directly from the actual page. Let's say I wanted to update to Tahoma, and I wanted to change this to Trebuchet, for example. So you see that the font is actually changing just a little bit. So all the font styles are updated immediately once I do update these fonts. You can actually update the fonts per section, but oops, where are the font families? So I can actually do it per section, but it's probably best practice is to keep your page as consistent as possible. You don't want to have too many font styles, like one font style for a headline, another font style for your paragraph, another font style for your button text. It's really important to keep things consistent. That way your page is kept legible and should be easy to actually just to read your page and to see what's actually going on. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the page design too. So a couple more important elements in here are the colors of your actual page. So you can actually update the actual colors, the link colors. So one thing you might not notice in here is a button color. To actually update the form itself, you would actually like hover above the form. And if I click on the actual button, it would say edit button. And this is where I would get those additional properties where I can update the button color, the button text, all that stuff. And I can actually do the same with the email form. Like let's say I wanted to add an additional form field. I'll just click on the form itself, like on the form field itself, and I would get some additional buttons that pop up, and I'll just click add form field. There's several options that I can do. I can actually add a single line, paragraph, all these different things. For now, I'll just add a single line, and I can actually create a brand new custom field. We already have some simple predefined ones. It's just first name and last name, but you can create a brand new custom field. Like let's say you wanted to collect a phone number. You can actually do that. Very, very easy to actually do. And this is where you would enter the name. So I would say phone number. And I would say again, phone number. Basically just update this. And if I wanted to show the form label, yes. If not, I would just say, okay, so, enter your number. So that's how you would add. See how I got it all funky? So I would obviously need to edit it just a little bit more just to make sure that it matches up with the previous one. I think it's going to look better like that. There we go. So it's email, enter your number. So yeah, so this is basically how I would edit the actual form itself. So pretty straightforward. A couple other important things to note on this page is the settings tab. This is where actually I can see that my exit intent has been added. I could take it off just in case I wanted to, or if I want to switch it out, this is where I would do so. Important thing is to be sure to fill out the meta title. Like the page title and the meta description. This is what's gonna appear in the actual browser tab, and in certain cases, it's gonna be what appears when people share the page. But more importantly, you should actually fill out the Facebook settings and the Twitter settings. All these settings are actually what people are going to see when they share the page. So be sure that you put a really strong Facebook share title, a really nice and descriptive short description. Be sure that you put a really strong Facebook share image. I'll just put like a basic one for now. Let's go and just pull this one is for now. So there are a lot of things just to note as far as like optimizing the actual Facebook share. In a few minutes, I'll share what we call our campaign checklist, and that's actually going to provide you with some links that are going to that link to some articles providing more best practices as far as optimizing the social share image, because KickoffLabs being a social referral platform, it's extremely important that you optimize the social share. So when people click to share on Facebook, click to share on Twitter, it's really important that that share message is the best that it could be, just so you get more people clicking and the word of mouth and referral marketing actually works. So another thing that I can actually do from the page designer is just in case I wanted to do an inline thank you. So our recommendation is to always use a dedicated thank you page where people are redirected to a different page after they sign up. But just in case you wanted to do what we call an inline thank you, basically this keeps people on the same URL after they sign up. They will just be shown a thank you message right below the actual form. You can actually do so from the thanks message. So I could just say, okay, I want to show the thank you page on my landing page. But in most cases, as mentioned, it works better if you do it on a thank you page. And more importantly, if you're doing any kind of like conversion tracking with like a Facebook pixel or like Google Goals or like stuff like that, it'll only work with a thank you page. So that's really important. If you're planning on running any kinds of ads, really important that you do need to use a thank you page. And just in case I wanted to redirect customers to a different URL after they sign up, I can actually do so from here, or I can do so campaign wide. I'll show you in just a moment too. Okay, once I was done actually like customizing this page, let's say like I already added a nice background image and I added my own content to it. Next thing I want to do is probably preview it. So I probably broke something, but it's okay. So I would just click on the preview button, and actually I get 3 different views here. So these 3 distinct views show me what it would look like on a desktop device, what it would look like on a tablet, and also what it would look like on a mobile device. And this is actually fully functional. I can actually scroll through and actually take a look at the actual theme, what it's going to look like, make sure that that it's optimized for mobile, because the reality is a large percentage of your users are going to be coming in via mobile. According to our data, it's at least 30 to 40% of people that are coming in via mobile. So you want to make sure that it is optimized. So be sure that you do leverage this view and make sure that things are looking good. If things aren't, obviously you can go in and tweak it. But if you're having some trouble tweaking things, just go ahead and let us know. You can always email our support team, support@kickofflabs.com, and we'll be happy to help you with any kind of design issues that you might be having at that time. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and click save. When I do click save, as a matter of fact, that actually just saves a draft of the actual page. It's not published live, so saving is actually a good practice for when I might want to make some changes to my page, but don't want to publish those live yet. The save button is pretty handy for that. But once I do want to publish it live to the internet, just click page published and you'll have a published page already. And you'll notice that the URL isn't the best URL that it could, that I would want to be promoting. Obviously, I would want to update this URL, most likely to my own custom domain name. And that's really easy to do. So I'll show you how to do that. I would just click on custom domains. Oops. And this is where I can add my own custom domain name. I've already added my own personal domain name, but you can easily add your own custom domain. And once you do so, there are some little steps onto how to on how to set up. So you'll be provided some easy instructions on setting up that custom domain. But once you do that, you can actually go back to your campaign and you can easily publish to your custom domain. The way to do that is to go to the publisher page and you go to publish to your domain. And all I would need to do is just click on the actual domain name. And I have the choice of adding a path just in case I wanted to add a path. So what this lets me do is publish as many pages as I want to under a single domain name. So you don't have to add two domain names just to have a thank you page and a landing page published. You can publish them both to the same domain. So I'll publish this to sign up to this page. I have to check, I have to add a really unique path because I have a whole bunch of pages published to my personal domain after doing all these demos. But you see that it's already published to Palmerin, which is my personal domain. I'll go ahead and share this to the actual domain. And I'll talk a little bit about getting those organic emails in just a bit, once I get into the actual flow of actually getting there. But you're asking about making a multilingual landing page. Yes, you can actually do that. The way to actually do that would be to create a copy of this page. So we've had a lot of customers that are different countries or that want to target different countries with different language pages. So right now I have this page that's in English. And this is my exit intent, so all the stuff is working. The way to actually do the multi-language landing pages, really easy, is I'll go ahead and go back to my campaign. So you saw that I went up to the top navigation links. These are links that you can actually click on, and that will take me back to my campaign dashboard. So let's say I wanted to build a different language version of this one. Let's say I want to make a German version or something like that. So the way to do that, I would just go ahead and I already have this English version. I'll go and just click more and I'll click copy page. And it'll ask me if I want to make a copy of my page, which campaign do I want to put it in? I want to put it in that same campaign. And all I would need to do is okay, start updating the text. And this is a different language. This is what I'm actually saying it, but I'm writing it. Oop, there we go. So let's say that this is already a different language page. What I could do, what I might recommend doing, I might say either place somewhere on the page, or it might be helpful if you added it somewhere here at the very top, some kind of links. We can do that for you. We can add some kind of nav bar links where you could put some kind of a little image flag or some kind of what a lot of other sites are doing, where it'll say EN or it'll say GB or something like that. And if they're sent to a German site, okay, so let's say I'm already finished with that, and I added links from one page to the other, because that's important. I would say, okay, this is my other language page. So basically, it's just built as two pages, and they're being linked to one another. So I would have one page and have some links up here. You can email our support team, email support@kickofflabs.com. We can help you add those links. But yeah, and once somebody clicks on this one, they would be sent to this one. And we would have those exact same links here. And when somebody clicks on those, they would be sent to the other version page. So very easy to do. Or you can actually, thinking a little bit better about it, what our past customers have actually done is create a brand new campaign. So as opposed to actually creating a different page inside of the same campaign, you would actually create a copy of the campaign and link from one campaign to the other. So that's actually probably the better way to actually do it. So hopefully that was clear. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this page because it's just gonna take up some space. So the next thing I'll jump into is the thank you page, but it's pretty much just as straightforward as customizing the landing page templates too. Like you jump in, you can add additional content if you wanted to. Like let's say I wanted to add another testimonial section here. So I'll go ahead and go to quotes, and I'll see the quote that I like. I like this dual quote, the one by like side by side. Yeah, this one, I like this one. I'll go ahead and put that one here, and I'll just drop it in. And let's say I don't want this content. All I need to do is just get rid of it or delete the actual content. Boom, and it's gone. So I have my testimonial section, I have my footer, I have my prize levels, I have everything customized just how I want it. So really easy to actually do as well. And let me go and show you how to actually jump in and customize the actual like the share links. You would just click the actual share link section. This is where you can add what people are going to see after they click share. My best practice is to actually place the exact same share text that you're putting on the landing page, because obviously when people sign up, they'll be redirected to the thank you page, but the page that they're going to be sharing is going to be the sign up landing page, because you want people to share the page with the form on it. So that's ultimately what people are going to be sharing. So be sure to place like the same social share message. Right now, it'll tell me, okay, this is going to be updated from the page, but remember that this is not being pulled from this page. It's being pulled from the landing page. So be aware of that. Twitter sharing, I might want to place it the exact same share message as I had on my landing page. So just be aware that that there are two places where you want to fill this out, both on the sign up landing page and on the thank you page. Okay. Alrighty, and let's say I wanted to customize the actual referral tracker. Same thing. All I need to do is just hover above it, click on it, and then I'll get the edit referral tracker text or the actual button. And this is where actually I can jump in and start changing the amount of reward levels. It could go up to 5 reward levels, and you can actually just do a lot of cool stuff. I can add images to the prize level sections, which is one of my favorite things to do because it makes it really stand out. So let's say I want to add like a nice little image. I'll just add this simple image. So I could do that for each of the prize levels: prize level 1, prize level 2, prize level 3, just so they have roughly the same look. Obviously, I wouldn't use the same prize level, like the same image, but just so you can see that yes, you can add those prize levels and lots of the other stuff on the actual referral tracker is customizable. So yeah, so I mean, have a go at it. Let us know what you think, and if you needed any help, let us know. As always. So same thing as with the landing page. Once this is done, all I need to do is click publish, and this will be published for me live to the internet. And I don't want it published to test campaign thank you page. I also want to publish it to my custom domain. So I'll go ahead and click the custom domain drop down, and I'm gonna add a path to it. So I'll say I had to add like a new thank you page, like a weird path, as I mentioned, because I have a whole bunch of pages published. So it needs to be unique. That's the only thing. Like you can't use the same path to publish 2 pages. It needs to be unique a unique path. Alrighty, so I have my landing page already published. It's published to sign up to this page, and once I sign up, it'll redirect me. I'll put just a number. It'll redirect me to mythankyoupage.com, and as you can see, everything is working correctly. I have my prize level images, all this stuff already added, my testimonials, all this stuff already added. So I mean, really, if I knew all the content that I wanted to add to my pages already, like if I already had my assets, which is my images and any kind of other like customer testimonial images, all that stuff, and I had my copy already ready, all I need to do is just throw my stuff, like throw it onto the page, optimize it just a little bit, add my custom domain, and it's pretty much ready to launch. The next thing that I probably would want to do is actually jump into the emails just to make sure that the emails are properly set up. KickoffLabs has 4 different types of emails that you would want to consider to actually use or not. So the first email is the verification email. This one works like a double opt-in, kind of like the MailChimp email, hopefully that you've seen before, which when people sign up to the campaign, they'll get an email that says, please verify your email to be included in the campaign. This is what this verification email is to, just in case you didn't want to do that, you can actually skip it, and that's actually the default with Kickoff Labs. But if you do want to set it up, just to make sure that you're getting a little bit higher quality leads and that you're helping to prevent like referral fraud and things like that, that's one of the best ways to actually do it with the verification email. So Kickoff Labs gives you the choice. You can do single or double opt-in. Okay, the next email that goes out would be the automatic reply. And actually, let me go ahead and the very, very first thing that I need to do is click on email settings, because if I click on any of the emails, it'll always redirect me to the email settings. Oh, it looks like it worked already. So let me go ahead and just a lot of. You're probably wondering what I did. We actually, like, to be able to send email on your behalf, it is required under the CAN Spam Act that you put a postal address. Right now, I just put a fake 123, but it is required that you do put a postal address in order for us to comply with the CAN Spam Act, basically. Alrighty, so that was the verification email. The automatic email reply, this is the one that goes that gets sent out immediately after people sign up for the campaign. Or after they verify their email. Right now, it's set up to not send out, but I can actually click to send it once or always, depending on my campaign. And this is roughly, just like those landing pages too, where I could jump in and I could start customizing the actual text. I can change the look of it. Oops, I think I did something that, okay, I can actually change the look of it. I can do all kinds of different things. I can change the font family if I really, really, really wanted to. But let me show you what I could do with the emails. I can add in images. Let's say I want to add like a logo at the very top. Let's go and just add this. Oops, it's not a transparent image logo, or it's a white logo, but you can see that I can easily add in those logos. And something that you might also notice are these like little dynamic links. So if you scroll down, it's something that are called email tokens. These email tokens are dynamic information that you can actually place into your Kickoff Labs emails. So it can be there, like any kind of information that you ask for on the form, or it could be any of these additional email tokens, which are like for the page link or for the thank you page. One of the things that I really recommend doing is grabbing the thank you page one, because it's not in the email by default. So grab that thank you page one, copy it, and I like to put it as a PS. So I might say like, thanks for signing up, all this good stuff. Now share your personal link, share your page link, here it is. And then you'll tell them PS, be sure to, I'm doing it wrong. Check your progress here anytime. So you notice that I customized the actual text inside there, because by default it was only check your status. You can actually update that text. You can't add any kind of exclamation points, like period or exclamation or any kind of punctuation. That'll break it. Do not do that. But you can actually change this text to be just about anything you want. So I can say like, be sure to check your progress here anytime. So what that does is people will be linked to their thank you page too. So they'll not only be linked, like they'll have the option to share this page with their friends, but they'll have the option, they'll actually get the option to come back and check their progress on this page, so they can see how many friends they've invited. So really, really cool, really powerful stuff to do. I highly, highly recommend adding that thank you page link. And once again, that's from the thank you, that's from the email tokens, and you scroll down to where it says thank you link. Cool. So the other emails that are available to you guys, the other one is called the influencer email. Now you could turn this on, and what this does, this emails people once every 24 hours. It's not immediate. It's once every 24 hours after people have referred some people to your campaign. So basically this is just telling them, hey, you've got influence. Thanks for selling, thanks for telling people about us. Now keep sending more. So it's a great way to actually motivate your leads to keep sharing. And finally, the last type of emails that we feature are something called incentive emails. Now, these incentive emails are really, really great for letting your leads know when they reach certain referral goals. So, for example, I could create an incentive email which will be sent out after people reach like 3 referrals. So I could tell them, hey, thanks for reaching 3 referrals. You did it. Now, here you go. I can, this is a great email where I can include some kind of coupon code. Maybe I can include some kind of just exclusive access to something. This is a kind of email where I can actually deliver that type of content. And if it was like some kind of reward level that I want to be notified, I can actually click this little checkbox. And now when people reach this referral goal, it notifies them, and also I get notified. So so what Kickoff Labs does essentially is it'll notify me about any type of influencers, about any type of people that are getting lots of referral levels. Like, let's say I had this set for like 30 referral goals, or after people reach 30 referrals, they'll get this email. I probably want to know who those people are, and I probably want to reach out personally to them. So I probably want to get notified when they do get that message. So be sure to actually check that just in case you do want to be notified when people reach those referral goals. So cool. I've talked a lot about setting up the actual campaign. There's a lot of additional things in the actual dashboard itself. I can actually run A/B tests. I guess one of the important things that I probably want to point out to you guys is we do have something that's called advanced fraud prevention. Specifically, if you're running any kind of like high value contests where you're giving away some kind of prize that's of high value, or you just want to make sure that your leads are of the highest quality possible, we do recommend getting a business account. Now this, we realize that it does cost a little bit more money, but it is going to help you get more better quality leads, I guess. So what this advanced fraud prevention does is, first off, it lets you do that lead verification where you do send emails just to get people to actually verify their email, and you can redirect people to a different page after they click verify too. So you get a lot of options there. You can actually block bad IP addresses too. Every now and then, you'll get people that are trying to cheat the actual system to get referrals and using the same IP address. You can easily block that, and the system will automatically block those people for you. So lots of other different things that you can do as far as contests and like fraud prevention. That does not mean that you can't prevent fraud on your own, without a business account. The fraud prevention, advanced fraud prevention, it just means that it's all automatic. So you could go in and you could do it manually. It just takes a little bit more effort on your part. And especially if you have like 1,000, maybe 10,000 leads, it can be a pain in the neck trying to like manually verify all those leads. So if you are planning on running a high value prize, or if you're planning on like getting at least 1,000, maybe 5,000, 10,000 leads, I highly recommend just upgrading to this. I mean, it'll save you a lot of pain later on, because turning it on, like you can turn it on later on, but then all those people will need to be re-verified, and you have to send them like a verification email. It could be a little bit more difficult. So it's just usually easier just to start with it on. Okay, so I've talked a lot about the actual campaign, talked about fraud prevention. I guess let's finally finish it up with the like tips for marketing a landing page. The best ways to market landing pages are through your own efforts. Obviously, you can actually do it because you're talking about organically. Like, organically means not through Facebook ads, not through paid ads. We've seen a lot of customers get really great results with paid ads. Facebook is a great way to actually run ads and to actually get people to your campaign. But we have a really great article. Let me go and share that article with you. Let's think outside the AdWords and drive traffic to your landing pages. So this is basically telling you, all right, so what are the other types of things that you can do to actually drive traffic that are outside of paid. Really great advice there. There's another article that I'll go ahead and actually, what I was going to share with you that actually provides you with some really good links too, was our checklist. So I'm going to close off our webinar in just a few minutes, but I'll close it off with our checklist here. So I probably have already shared this checklist with a couple of you already, but it's okay. I'll go ahead and share with the rest of you. This checklist is actually going to provide you once again with some more best practices, and it's like a simple step, like a 4-step checklist that'll tell you, all right, do this, and this is how you will set up your campaign. Do this and this is how you'll drive traffic to your campaigns too. So lots of great advice in there, and as far as like driving more traffic to your campaigns, to your landing pages, one of the best ways to actually do so is to go direct to like forums. Like let's say I was launching, what kind of business would I be launching? Like a xylophone company, which is really specific, but you all know what a xylophone is, right? Musical instrument. And this is the kind that I want to build. Okay, so this is hypothetical. So I don't want to build a professional one. I want to build like a toy one. So let's say that's what my landing page is about, some kind of like little musical instrument. How would I get people to my landing page? Well, really easy. The way that I would probably do so is probably go to like musical instruments for kids. Yeah, that's probably what I want, because I'm looking for like a kid's xylophone, and literally all I'll do is right after that is put forum. So I can see that there's all kinds of different people. General Music Forum. There's like Suzuki Association forums. There's already people that are talking about these, about my potential product, about my potential solution. I'll show you like another one of our customers that actually had really good success, like talking to people. And actually, it's this article provides you with some like really specific advice. Where is it? Here we go. I think if we scroll down here. Here we go. So these guys collected 30,000 leads by what I consider faking it before you make it. So it's a really good article. Let me go and close this off. It's a really good article, but this is this is one that I wrote, and as I mentioned, you could literally do a Google search for your industry, your market, and forum, and come up with a lot of results. So I'll go and share this article with you too. So that'll be the last thing that I do share with you guys, but that's a really great way to actually drive people for free. Like, go into forums, talk to people, don't spam them. Talk to people, ask them like, hey, can I get some quality feedback for you guys? I'm planning on launching this business, and I want to make sure that it caters specifically to your type of customers. I want to make sure that it's a great product for you guys. If you're really honest and you're asking for honest feedback, you will get honest feedback, and you're going to get people signing up. And the good thing about Kickoff Labs too is that how it has that kind of referral marketing built in. You will generally get at least 35% more leads. If you're not getting what we call a viral boost of at least 35%, let me show you a little bit of the actual metrics, like what the metrics are going to look like. So let me show you the actual reports. So if I click on reporting and I click view all reports, there's going to be two numbers that are calculated for me at the very top. So there's going to be the conversion rate. Right now, I've had no traffic during this time, but let's see if I could go for the last 12 months. So there'll be two numbers that are calculated for me: the conversion rate and the viral boost number. The conversion rate is the number of people that arrive on the page and sign up. The viral boost number is probably taking a long time because I asked it for the last 12 months, so it needs to query a lot of data. Usually it doesn't take this long, but the viral boost number, that is the percentage of people that have referred additional people to your campaign. So right now, it looks like a 14% conversion rate. I'm sorry, it looks like a 14% viral boost means that 14% of people have been referred to my campaign through social referrals. But it's okay. I mean, this is a demo campaign. It's really just meant to just let people look at what it's, what you do with Kickoff Labs. But if you're getting like less than like a 35% conversion rate boost, you should really viral boost. I'm sorry, viral boost. If you're getting less than like a 30%, you should really focus on improving the thank you page. If your conversion rate, which doesn't pop up yet, hold on, let's see if I can get it to pop up. So if your conversion rate is like 10%, 15%, right now it's 0, this is really bad. But if it's like 10%, 50%, you should really work on your sign up landing page. A good conversion rate is about 20, 30, 40%. It really depends on your industry and on the landing page, like on the product itself. But this is the way that I use these numbers. If this number is low, that means that I need to optimize the landing page. If this number is low, that means that I need to optimize the thank you page. And you'll see some additional stuff like this magic contact data. Magic contact data, just to simplify it for you. Actually, let me show you. I forgot about that really cool thing. We do have something that's called magic contact data. So you're probably seeing like these people, Kevin Chua. Let's actually jump into his account. It's like, all right, I have his profile picture. I have his first and last name. I have his social profiles to Twitter and LinkedIn. He's a male. I have his biography, all this information. So how did I get this info? Like, where did it come from? This actually, and it looks like it was just updated right now. So this is actually pulled in from publicly available information. So all we really asked for was an email address, and all this additional information like their first name, last name, all that good stuff, that was populated by itself. So that was auto-populated just due to the fact that they entered their email address, and all this public information, we get it from the internet. So cool. So yeah, so hopefully that's been a lot of great advice for you guys. Talking about what you could do with Kickoff Labs, talking about best practices. I shared plenty of articles with you. Be sure that you do check out those last 1, 2, 3 articles that I shared. It's going to provide you with lots of great advice, and hopefully you all succeed. So if you do need any help with your campaigns, you always can reach out to us. And since you've bared with me throughout this entire hour, you can always email me direct. My email is Izzy, that's IZZY, Izzy at KickoffLabs.com. Once again, I'm Izzy Palmerin, Technical Marketing Pro at Kickoff Labs, signing off. And thank you very much for joining us for today's webinar. You have a great rest of the day. Thanks. Bye-bye.